Ever wondered what it's like to explore the historic city of London? London, a city that's a grand tapestry of history interwoven with vibrant modernity. Here, every cobblestone whispers tales from centuries past, and every towering skyscraper hums with the energy of the future. It's a place where cultures from around the globe converge, creating a melting pot of traditions, cuisines, and accents. In this video, we'll traverse the city's iconic landmarks, each a chapter of London's fascinating story. From the formidable Tower of London to the treasure trove that is the British Museum, the panoramic London Eye, the art-filled National Gallery, and the awe-inspiring Tower Bridge. We'll delve into the wonders of the Natural History Museum, take a peaceful stroll through Hyde Park, and stand in the shadow of the grand Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. So why wait? Pack your virtual bags and embark on this exciting journey through time and history. We begin our journey with the formidable and awe-inspiring Tower of London. This impressive fortress has been standing tall since the late 11th century, a testament to the architectural prowess of William the Conqueror. The Tower of London is not just one tower, but a complex of several buildings, set within two concentric rings of defensive walls and a moat. The tower has worn many hats throughout its long history. It's been a royal palace, a treasury, and even a menagerie, but perhaps its most notorious role was as a prison. From the late 15th to the mid-20th century, the tower housed some of history's most infamous characters. Among its many illustrious guests was the notorious Anne Boleyn, second wife of King Henry VIII. Anne was imprisoned here in 1533, awaiting her fate on charges of treason. It's said she passed the time by playing a spirited game of heads will roll with the guards. Alright, that last bit may not be entirely true, but it does add a certain charm to the tale, doesn't it? Despite its somewhat gruesome reputation, the tower remains a captivating symbol of London's rich and colourful past. It's a place where history comes alive, where every stone has a story to tell. From royal palace to infamous prison, the Tower of London has seen it all. Next stop, the British Museum, a treasure trove of world history. Established in the mid-18th century, the British Museum is one of the world's oldest and most comprehensive museums. It's a testament to humanity's curiosity, a place where the world comes to learn about itself. From the earliest days of human civilization to the present day, its vast collections span over 2 million years of history. Its holdings, collected from all corners of the globe, tell countless stories. They speak of rise and fall of empires, the transcendence of art, the profound depths of human ingenuity, and the enduring mysteries of the past. Now let's tickle your funny bone with some amusing facts about its famous exhibits. Take the Rosetta Stone, for instance. It's not just a language learning software, but a decree issued by a council of priests during the reign of Ptolemy V, no less. And it's thanks to this slab of rock that we can read hieroglyphs today. Or consider the Elgin marbles, which, despite their name, are not small spherical toys for children. They are actually a collection of classical Greek marble sculptures that once adorned the Parthenon and other buildings on the Acropolis of Athens. The British Museum is a global centre of research and learning, a place where knowledge is both preserved and created. It's not just a museum, it's a time machine, a spaceship, and a detective's office, all rolled into one. Who knew a trip to the museum could be so exciting? Let's soar high above the city on the magnificent London Eye. Built as part of the Millennium celebrations, this engineering marvel stands tall as an iconic symbol of modern London. Its construction was a feat of contemporary engineering, with a structure that boasts 32 air-conditioned capsules, each capable of holding up to 25 passengers. As you ascend to dizzying heights of 440 feet, the city unfolds beneath you, offering a panoramic view that's nothing short of spectacular. From the historic Tower of London to the modern Shard, it's a sight to behold. And the ride? Well, imagine being in a giant Ferris wheel that moves so smoothly you barely feel it. It's a bit like being in a James Bond film, minus the villains, of course. Take a spin on this wheel of wonder and see London from a perspective you'll never forget. The London Eye, where the city's past and present meet in a breathtaking panorama. From high above to ground level, let's move to the National Gallery before crossing the iconic Tower Bridge. Our journey brings us next to the National Gallery, a treasure trove of over 2,300 works spanning 7 centuries of artistry. When it opened its doors in 1824, it was to make art accessible to all, not just the privileged. Housed in a grand neoclassical building, the gallery is the custodian of masterpieces from artists like Van Gogh, Da Vinci and Turner, to name just a few. Now imagine standing in front of Van Gogh's sunflowers, the vibrant yellows and oranges almost pulsating with life. It's like a sunny day captured on canvas, a moment of brightness forever frozen in time. Or perhaps you're more intrigued by the mysterious smile of Leonardo da Vinci's Virgin of the Rocks. The beauty of the National Gallery is that it's not just a museum, it's a journey through time, through the minds and hearts of some of the world's greatest artists. From the tranquil halls of art, our journey takes a dramatic turn as we cross the River Thames via the iconic Tower Bridge. Opened in 1894, this symbol of London combines elements of Gothic and Victorian architecture. It's not just a bridge, but a testament to the ingenuity of Victorian engineering. With its twin towers and a central drawbridge, it's a sight to behold, especially when the drawbridge is raised to let tall ships pass. Ever wondered what it's like to be stuck on the Tower Bridge while it's being raised? Well, it's a bit like being on a seesaw, only you're in a car and there's a river below you. Not your average day in London now, is it? From the silent contemplation in front of a Monet to the heart-stopping thrill of crossing a drawbridge, London offers a unique blend of experiences. It's this contrast, this fusion of art and engineering that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of London. Just when you think you've seen it all, London surprises you, and that's the magic of this city. Art and engineering, a fusion that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of London. Now let's delve into the wonders of nature and the sacred aura of Westminster Abbey. Our first stop is the Natural History Museum, a treasure trove of over 80 million items spanning billions of years. Housed in a stunning Victorian-era building, it boasts an impressive collection that will make you feel like a time traveller. From the colossal blue whale skeleton hanging in the Grand Hintze Hall, aptly named Hope, to the ever-popular dinosaur exhibit, it's a journey through time that's riveting, to say the least. And let's not forget the museum's most famous resident, the Diplodocus, or Dippy, as he's affectionately known. Yes, you heard it right, even a dinosaur can have a pet name. Moving on from the ancient to the sacred, we find ourselves at the doorstep of Westminster Abbey. The architectural grandeur of this Gothic masterpiece is enough to leave anyone in awe. Since the coronation of William the Conqueror in 1066, every English and British monarch has been crowned here. It's a place where history is not just written, but also buried. Many notable figures rest here, from monarchs to poets like Geoffrey Chaucer, the father of English literature. And if you're wondering why he's buried here, it's because he was Clerk of Works to the Palace of Westminster. Not exactly a poet's job, but hey, everyone has to pay the bills somehow. But it's not all solemn history and stately tombs. The Abbey is also home to the Poets' Corner, a tribute to the literary geniuses of the country. It's worth mentioning that not all the honoured here are buried in the Abbey. Some, like William Shakespeare, have a memorial but are laid to rest elsewhere. It's a bit like having your cake and eating it too, isn't it? So there you have it. The Natural History Museum, where ancient beasts roam, and Westminster Abbey, where kings and queens are crowned and poets are honoured. From dinosaurs to monarchs, London never ceases to amaze. Time to relax at the serene Hyde Park. Let's take a step back all the way to 1637, when King Charles I decided to share Hyde Park with the general public, a royal act of generosity. Or perhaps he just needed more people to appreciate his fabulous taste in landscaping. The park, over 350 acres of lush greenery, is a cornerstone of London's social life. It's the place where Londoners go to pretend they're not in one of the world's busiest cities. It's the city's lungs, if you will, offering a breath of fresh air amidst the urban jungle. Now imagine strolling through the park, the scent of fresh grass under your nose, the sound of leaves rustling overhead. You might even catch the Royal Horse Guards in action, or stumble upon a rock concert at the park's famous venue, Hyde Park Corner. Speaking of corners, Speaker's Corner is another Hyde Park speciality. Since the late 1800s, anyone with an opinion and the courage to voice it can take center stage here. It's like Twitter, but with more pigeons and less trolling. And let's not forget the Serpentine, a large recreational lake where you can hire a boat and pretend you're in a romantic movie scene. Just remember, it's not the Titanic, so keep the dramatics to a minimum. So whether you're a nature lover, a history buff, or just a weary traveler looking for a moment of tranquility, Hyde Park has it all. In the heart of the city, a green oasis awaits. Finally, we arrive at the iconic Houses of Parliament and the majestic Big Ben. These two landmarks, standing shoulder to shoulder on the banks of the River Thames, have watched over London for more than a century. The Houses of Parliament, or to use their official name, the Palace of Westminster, is where the magic, or some might say the mayhem, of British politics happens. This impressive Gothic revival building with its intricate stonework and soaring spires was erected in the mid-19th century. It replaced the original palace, which was unfortunately lost to a fire, but don't worry, the only flames you're likely to see here today are those of heated political debates. Now let's move to its closest neighbour and the star of many a tourist selfie, Big Ben. Although most people refer to the whole clock tower as Big Ben, that's actually the nickname of the Great Bell inside the tower. The tower itself was renamed the Elizabeth Tower in 2012 to mark Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. But let's face it, meet me at the Elizabeth Tower doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? The clock is renowned for its accuracy. Every hour, the Great Bell chimes, the sound echoing across the city. This is followed by the smaller bells, which chime every 15 minutes. It's a comforting reminder of the steady march of time, unless, of course, you're running late. Both the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben have stood as silent witnesses to the city's history, its triumphs and its trials. They've been there through the changing seasons, the passing of years and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. They've watched over royal processions, state funerals and countless demonstrations, and will continue to do so. These grand structures, steeped in history and tradition, are a testament to the city's resilience and its ability to adapt and grow. They symbolize the spirit of London, a city that's always moving forward but never forgetting its past. London, where every chime of the clock tells a story. That concludes our whirlwind tour of London. We've journeyed through centuries of history, art and culture, from the formidable Tower of London to the priceless treasures within the British Museum. We've soared high above the city on the London Eye, marvelled at masterpieces in the National Gallery, and strolled across the iconic Tower Bridge. Our adventure took us to the Natural History Museum, where prehistoric creatures and gems from the earth captivated us. We stepped back in time at Westminster Abbey, a place of royal coronations and weddings. We found serenity in the heart of the city as we roamed Hyde Park and stood in awe before the architectural marvels of the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. But my friends, this is only the beginning. London is a city of endless possibilities, a place where every street corner has a story to tell, every pub echoes with laughter and conversation, and every park bench invites you to sit and watch the world go by. There are hidden gems waiting to be discovered, from quaint bookshops to bustling markets, from tranquil gardens to vibrant nightclubs. So if this virtual journey has sparked your curiosity, imagine what the real thing could do. If you enjoyed this virtual tour and want to embark on more, don't forget to subscribe to the Travel and Everything YouTube channel. Until next time, keep exploring.